You use them every day. You touch them, wear them, sit on them, lose them, break them, and somehow still never think about where they came from. Some were invented by accident. Some came from war. Some took hundreds of years to become normal. And some are so simple that they became invisible. These are everyday objects explained. The zipper. The zipper looks like one of the simplest inventions in the world, but it took decades to become useful. Early versions jammed, broke, and scared clothing companies because nobody wanted their pants controlled by a tiny metal machine. Then the military started using zippers on uniforms, boots, and gear because they were faster than buttons. Once soldiers trusted them, fashion followed. Today, the zipper is on jackets, bags, jeans, tents, boots, and luggage. Nobody notices it until it gets stuck. Then suddenly, it becomes the most important engineering problem of your life, the button. Before zippers, buttons ruled the world. But buttons were not originally about function. They were about status. In medieval Europe, wealthy people used decorative buttons made from bone, metal, glass, or precious materials to show off. The more buttons you had, the richer you looked. Eventually, people realized buttons were also useful for actually closing clothing, which is a very important discovery when your shirt is open and society exists. Buttons survived the zipper, Velcro, and every modern fashion trend, because sometimes the oldest solution is still the least annoying one, the chair. For most of human history, chairs were not for everyone. Ordinary people sat on benches, stools, floors, or whatever object looked least uncomfortable. Chairs with backs and arms were symbols of power. Kings had thrones, judges had seats of authority, leaders took the chair. The chair was not just furniture, it meant you were important enough to sit above everyone else. Today, chairs are everywhere. Offices, schools, restaurants, waiting rooms, gaming setups. Humanity spent thousands of years turning a power symbol into something we complain about after sitting for 20 minutes. The fork. The fork had a surprisingly difficult career. When it first appeared in parts of Europe, people thought it was unnecessary, strange, and even arrogant. Why use a metal tool with spikes when God already gave you fingers? That was basically the argument. Forks became more accepted when pasta and cleaner table manners became fashionable among wealthy Europeans. Eventually, they spread across dining tables everywhere. Today, refusing to use a fork at dinner would make you look uncivilized, which is funny because for centuries, using one made you look suspicious. The fork won, the fingers lost. The toothbrush. People have been cleaning their teeth for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations used twigs, cloth, feathers, crushed shells, and powders that were probably terrible for the enamel. The modern toothbrush started developing in China, where people attached stiff animal hairs to handles made from bone or bamboo. Later, nylon bristles changed everything. Suddenly, toothbrushes could be mass-produced, cleaned more easily, and sold to almost everyone. The toothbrush became a daily habit, which is impressive because humanity needed thousands of years to agree that morning breath was a problem worth solving. The mirror. Before glass mirrors, people used polished stone, metal, or still water to see themselves. So for most of history, your reflection was either blurry, dark, or moving. Modern glass mirrors changed the way people saw themselves, literally. They made personal appearance more important, helped fashion grow, and probably made humans more self-conscious than ever before. A mirror does not just show your face. It creates a private meeting with your own ego. That is why people say they are checking the mirror when really they are negotiating with reality. The umbrella. The umbrella was not originally used for rain. In ancient Egypt, China, and other early civilizations, umbrellas were often used to block the sun. They were status objects, carried by servants to protect important people from sunlight. Rain protection came later. Eventually, the umbrella became practical, portable, and available to ordinary people. Now it is one of the most useful objects ever invented. Until the wind appears, then the umbrella instantly transforms from weather protection into public embarrassment. A device designed to protect you from nature can be defeated by one angry gust of air. Everyday objects are easy to ignore because they work quietly. They do not ask for attention. They just sit in the background, solving problems humans forgot they had. A zipper closes your jacket. A key protects your home. A chair holds your body. A toothbrush saves your social life. A bed convinces you 5 more minutes is a reasonable decision. The strange thing is this: the more useful an object becomes, the less we notice it, until it breaks. Then we remember that civilization is basically held together by zippers, buttons, keys, handles, and objects we only appreciate when they stop working. That was Everyday Objects Explained.